cross on my back, I got a cross on my neck.
Let me explain to you. I felt sorry for her, so I...
Sorry?
Yeah.
Sorry for her? It's over. You want to take a few things with you? Here, could you hold this, please?
Absolutely.
I don't want to... It's over. That's right. It's over between you and I. Get out. I don't want to hear it. Stand still when I'm throwing... do something else. You're a real humanitarian. He's a real humanitarian when it comes to women, aren't you?
You see that spirit and that feistiness. You see that feistiness in Denise. She has that same feistiness now. She transferred it to Christ. And as you can see, I'm back at it with another reaction video on Denise Vanity Mathews. And in this video, you will see, guys, besides her being the most beautiful woman in the world, we know that. There's no debate on that. She's so relatable. Denise, in this video, she talks about some of her deepest struggles that nobody knew about at all, like nobody knew. She actually gives a little shout out to Michael Jackson. I never expected that. I thought, Denise kind of disconnected herself from that, but just so eye-opening, heart-turning, guys, and so relatable. Okay, so like I said, you see that fire and that and she throwing stuff and all that stuff. She brought it over to Christ, humbled it down a little bit, but she brought it over to Christ, man, and she has such a beautiful message. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss it. I'm trying to tell you, the most beautiful woman in the world got transformed by God, and she has a beautiful story, a beautiful testimony. So yeah, let's get to it. What to do it?
Denise Mathews. Welcome to life in the public figure. How are you?
Oh, praise the Lord. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I'm doing great. I'm feeling excellent this morning. I woke up in good spirits. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that important?
Yeah. It is very important.
Now it's the fact that I'm alive. Because I'm alive now and I should be dead.
Death is the price that he paid for us to be living through him now.
When you talk about paving the way, that's if you read my book, I get down into the nitty and gritty about who I really was as Vanity and what I was doing behind the scenes, because all that glitters was in front of the camera and everything. You come and you dress apart and you're somebody that nobody really knows inside. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
My book kind of spells it all out because if I can put it into words, it's like a facade. It's like when you're a kid, you dream about the things that you desire to do and to be. Mm-hmm. And then you go out there and
do it.
Try and spend many years trying to, to break down doors for somebody to look at you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you have to face yourself in the mirror every day. And the person that I was becoming in the mirror, like that song, like Michael. Then you gotta look at yourself in the mirror. Mm-hmm. And do you like yourself? And do you like what you've become? I looked at myself for many, 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 many years and rode those tidal waves of fame and fortune and whatever type of glory that it was. And I wasn't liking myself. So like something was missing. You know what I'm saying?
I always feel like something's missing.
Oh, honey.
I love how she referenced, Michael Jackson with Man in the Mirror.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror.
You know what? My favorite song on the album is Man in the Mirror.
Oh, yeah, I like that. It's my philosophy, too. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Look at yourself. Make better of yourself, you know?
It actually is a very powerful song if you go and read the lyrics, right? He said, I'm talking about the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, right? Who's the man in the mirror?
I like you, I know step for Christ.
Yourself, right? So it's so I thought that was actually really cool. Denise doesn't normally pull from, those type of things. I like that she did that. But, I also love that what she said is like, do you like what you're becoming? She's like, okay, I'm at the top, #1 single, most beautiful woman in the world, got Prince by my side. You might have some other chicks, but nonetheless, I got Prince by my side, and what did she say? Something was missing. Something was missing.
Everybody has that deep pit, like a hole in the center of their heart. Fill it up. We're always trying to fill it up with something.
Yeah.
And it seemed that I was just walking around empty and trying to fill it up with money, trying to fill it up with fame, trying to fill it up with popularity, trying to fill it up with a new film, trying to fill it up with a new boyfriend and a new man and, oh my God, sex and drugs and rock and roll. And then I became a drug. There's nothing about vanity that I idolize. I absolutely hated what I'd become. It because when I looked in the mirror, I didn't feel like I was growing. The only thing that was growing was my hair and my nails. You know what I'm saying?
Heal this branch on a family tree that was here for me, man. The roots so deep, self-discovery.
And how do I look? And is my form looking right? And am I, is my breath hurt? And is my arms, is my stomach right? And the whole life.
Yeah.
That can't be it. And what's so great about that? What is the inside that I needed to find fixed in my life?
I know you think there's no hope, no, but that ain't true. Jesus saved.
I think this should be very sobering to us that the most beautiful woman on the planet Earth that we ever put our eyes on is saying that her problem was inside, right? Her dilemma was inside. And so people could not necessarily see what she was going through on the outside, that she was the baddest chick, period.
Yes.
It shows Denise's character. It really shows her mindset of wanting to be rescued out of this thing. And
I command you to come out. I command you to come out.
And recognizing that it was not fulfilling her, but she still, had these tie-ups that she had to get through like we all do. But that should be sobering, though. The most beautiful woman in the world was like, yeah, I'm cute, but I was super broken on the inside. Just think about that.
And vanity means worthlessness. And that's the title that I've become, worthless, and worthless to myself and worthless to people. Now, I am not. Now, of course, you know that if you heard my story, I've been reborn. But
yes.
I had to cry out to God to do whatever that it takes to save this life because I'm dying. And I was dying of drugs. I was dying of shame. I was burnt out. I was flying to every different country and city in the world. And if you wake up, don't know where you are.
Oh my goodness.
I'm in peace today. And
You.
that's because I have Jesus.
Something Denise said that was so powerful. She said she was, what was taking her down was shame. Shame is such a powerful one, because it's heavy. It makes you hate yourself. You don't want to look at yourself in the mirror. You start to feel inferior, which means you start to feel like you have no value, which starts to bring in all these other type of things. And so it's like, wow, she was feeling the shame. But then what else did she say? I'm going here. And she was starting to feel burned out. It's like if we put it together, the things that are supposed to make people happy is burning her out. And it's actually causing her shame. So her life was going in the complete, opposite direction.
Could I lead somebody down that same path and say, oh, yeah, you can do it differently? Listen to me. All idols, they will never see heaven.
Oof.
If you continue to idolize all idolaters, you cannot enter into the kingdom of God. Now, that kingdom and that heaven belongs to him.
Right.
So
That's why I lift his name up, yeah.
I was a mess. I was nailing blankets to the windows in my home, blocking out the sun, the very light.
Oh,
and I
my
had become
goodness.
total darkness. On the idolatry, to build people up and say, oh, now you look fantastic. Oh, now you look fantastic. It's all about the outside, the outward appearance. And God, when he came into my life, when Jesus came, he began to change the inside. But I found myself 3 days from death, baby. Before I repented and said, okay, you got to do whatever it takes, Lord, but just save me because I'm a mess. And I had to admit that to myself. Amen?
Amen.
Oh, vanity, Satan try to cancel me. I don't feel your plan for me.
I do have a comment, and I heard you say, at that time when you were involved in sex and drugs and rock and roll that you felt worthless. And I just have to chime in because I know for a fact that you were never worthless.
Thank you for being my friend.
Because there are so many people that are struggling with a lot of the demons that are out here, and they're not worthless, but they definitely need to hear your story.
I love that she told Denise that. I told you, I think Denise was harder on herself than even God was on her, when showing herself grace, and this is a thing too that should be encouraging. Isn't it interesting how we view ourselves versus other people view us? Me, this lady, other people have never looked at Denise as, worthless, as she says, right? We've never looked at her like that. Here's another thing I want to encourage somebody in. If you're even feeling that you're getting that vibe from somebody, okay, it's not because you're worthless. It's because they don't see your value. right?
On my worth, so that hate won't work.
Love's in your face. Hey, love's in your face.
So Denise was probably around tons, and I mean tons. It's heavy. Around tons of people that did not see her value. Because what this lady is trying to show Denise, that even in the midst of your mess, you're not worthless, right? Because we don't know what your story is. We don't know why you're going through what you're going through. But you know what? You can do like Denise did and turn that bad boy around. And what did they say? Flipped it and reversed it? Yeah.
You intended to harm me, but it's okay. God meant it for my good. I forgive you. Like, he turned my mess into a message, turned my test into a testimony. You know, he flipped it in reverse. Holy Spirit flipped it in reverse.
And know that this is a testimony.
Yes.
This is a time when you bring God into your life and you say, you know what? Use me. Use me. And he already...
If I was dead, if I had died that way, it would have been a worthless testimony, wouldn't it?
Ooh.
I'm not worthless
It would, yeah.
today. But the word vanity, which is a curse, and if you read your book, you will see the word vain is worth meaning that it's good for nothing. It doesn't do anything. All my looks didn't do nothing for me, did they? In the
You serious?
end, all my looks, all that pretty little self of mine, I was dying, and everybody thought I was living. I was dying close to death, and everybody thought, oh, she looks so beautiful up there. Dance for us, sing for us. Yes, you understand? That is a worthless thing when you're feeling worthless inside. Meaning, I'm good for nothing because all I want to do is get up and put some drugs in me and go to sleep from this.
Denise speaking fire once again. What did she say, man? Where did my pretty little self, my pretty little face, where did my pretty little self get me? Because she's saying that, you know, I can be so beautiful. We can be so beautiful on the outside, you know, but inside, you know, I was RIP. And inside, my insides were dying. This woman who's, right, arguably, I don't even know how many people argue, is the most beautiful woman on the planet. And she's saying, all you see is that. So that's all I'm going to give you. But in my process of that's all I'm giving you, it's making me empty on the inside. It's leaving me empty on the inside. And I've always said this about Denise, is that you can tell that she has a wit and a thoughtfulness about her that a lot of people don't recognize because they need her to be vanity and just be cute. And I think that was also something that was just crushing her on the inside. So to hear the most beautiful woman say, guys, it ain't always cracked up to be. If your insides are not, if you're not happy on the inside, it don't matter how pretty you are, right? I just think that is so powerful to come from somebody like her.
So beautiful up there. Dance for us, sing for us. Yes. You understand? That is a worthless thing when you're feeling worthless inside, meaning I'm good for nothing because all I want to do is get up and put some drugs in me and go to sleep. Speaking back to the devil and say, get behind me. Get behind me.
Get behind me.
Get behind me, Satan.
Get up off me, tell her get up off me. I don't pick up when you call, devil, please don't call me.
Bow down to no other gods, no put no other gods before me. So now, if he's saying that, is that not what we have? Because the devil, what he does is he says, look at all of these. If you just bow down, like you said to Jesus, you just bow down before me, I'll give you all of this.
If you will bow down and worship me, I will give you the whole world.
I worship the Lord, my God, and serve him only.
Let them know it's Christ before they ask me who the king.
So when Satan comes to each and every one of us, because he does. Now, if you just bow down before me, go and do this. And if you just grab a hold of that, and if you just adjust, like, I'll give you this. Oh, yeah, you'll get that nice, pretty car. You'll get...
I don't need a rose, but I might push a phantom that's right off the lot.
And it's worthless, honey, because at the end, when you look at your body, when you look at the inside, it's empty. So if you're empty, if the cup is empty and it's got nothing in it, there's nothing to drink. It's worthless.
I love it. I'll give you all of this if you bow down. And what she said is so powerful is that every single one of us at some point of our life will come face to face with that as well. If you do this, and it may not be on a scale that Denise was on, right? It may be on a local thing. It may be within your family. It may just be within your job. It may be just within your marriage. Single one of us will come face to face with that challenge that Jesus did. And I also love that Denise said that those things leave you empty. What did she say? My cup was empty, right? What does Jesus offer? You know, rivers of living water.
Rivers of living water for everyone that believes.
Overflowing. So there's a discrepancy there. There's a discrepancy there that Denise is trying to teach us.
name life first, Denise. That's my birth name.
Yeah.
God gave me a good name because a good name is better than all the jewels and the diamonds and the silver and the gold that we chase after in this world.
Yeah.
Well, there's only one success in this world. How to get from earth to heaven.
Right.
And there's one road and one name that you can follow. And his name is
Heaven printed on my eyelids.
That's the one that you say that you saw. And until we get into that faithful place where we go, you know what? Do whatever that it takes to just save my life. Because it don't matter what you do. It don't matter how many billions. We've seen billionaires jump off a brick wall.
Come on.
Jump off a brick building.
Come on.
We've seen crazy things. And
Come
we're
on.
seeing crazier things today. And these are the last days. The book says so. It shows you all when children get up and kill their parents and go in schools and kill their children in schools. This is biblical.
Thank you, Jake. I don't have much information. All I can tell you is that about 45 minutes ago, 911 received numerous distress calls from a library inside of Newton Technical College. There were reports of shots being fired, and several people were injured.
And y'all try to tell me that this woman was not anointed by God. This woman was not called by God. This woman was not hearing from God. She's talking about things. Remember, I think this interview was back in 2012. 2012, okay? You know, what is the whole purpose of you, God even giving you life? Was for you to be able to become who you need to become down here to make it up there. Because we don't think you're going to make it up there just how you are. No. Denise is not some odd thing. No, this is what God does. He transforms you and he prepares you for up there. He prepares you for heaven. So what we got to understand is every person's destination when they're on this earth is supposed to be heaven.
Listen, until I admitted to myself that I am worthless, if I felt worthless and empty inside, meaning I couldn't go to a child and counsel that child on what to do. I could counsel from the world's wisdom, but the world's wisdom is nothing to God. It's foolishness unto God. World's wisdom is foolishness. God said, your wisdom is foolishness.
Yeah.
Okay, well, honey, just leave your husband and go with another. Just get a little thing going, have an open marriage.
There you go.
Counselors in the world tell me their husband and wife to get divorced. You don't need each other anymore. You're just fighting. There's no hope even in the counselors. This is scary. It's because we're not counseling from God. That's the bottom line.
Come on.
So I'm leading today, and I'm being led by Christ. So I lead them to Christ. I lead them to the cross, to the great and mighty God that said, you know what, I'm going to die for you all. Let's see if you get it now. And I'm going to raise myself up from the dead. Let's see if you can follow me now. So if God gives you a taste in your life that you can see him, that's beautiful, honey. It's now got to follow. We all got to follow him the word way, not our way.
Exactly.
The word way.
All this is so amazing. I just get amazed all the time when I'm listening to this woman speak, because she came from out of the world. She came from the purple camp. People don't usually, y'all know, people don't usually make it out of the industry. And you know what I'm saying? Not only did Denise make it out of the industry, but she has the mind of Christ. This is what it means to renew your mind with the word of God.
Follow me. That's what I'm here today for. To show the truth. Because we know what truth is. We know the truth is not a lie, right?
Exactly.
That's right.
Denise has so much stuff I shouldn't call it stuff, but so many eye-opening, things. And she will. If she opens her mouth, lives are changed, hearts are changed, eyes are open, right? Hearts are softened. But one of the things that I actually wanted to focus more a little bit on in this video is the lady, the host. Because Denise was like, I was worthless, I was worthless. And I just want to let people know. Okay, I just want to let you know. I don't know what you did last night. I don't know what you did yesterday. I don't know. But you are not worthless, right? I love that the lady was trying to let Denise know that, because we need to know that, because we can surround ourselves around people that make us feel less than. We can surround ourselves around people, and you have to, and here's the other thing that you have to remember. You're giving them that power. Okay. Another person can't just make you, feel a certain way. You have to give into it to some extent. You know what I'm saying? And so I love, again, the lady was trying to let Denise know, as I talked about before, like, Denise, you are not worthless, right? And the difference in how we look at ourselves versus other people look at ourselves. And she saw it as worthless because it's like, what was I gaining? Because I was being pretty and, because I was the prettiest woman in the world. Like, remember she said, where did that get me? And that really stuck with me when she said that, because I think we don't, can I be real for a second? We don't know how to treat good stuff good. We don't know how to do it, because like, what is the saying that people always say? Oh man, they're cursed with beauty. They're cursed with talent. They're cursed with, money, because they got so much money and they don't know what to do. And it's like, guys, that is, how do you say it? That is such a cop out. Because nobody's cursed with good looks. Denise was not cursed with good looks. Nobody's cursed with good talent. Nobody's cursed with, great money. That's actually an oxymoron. How can she be cursed with beauty? Like what? No, what it is this is what we get into the value place again, right? What it is people don't know how to handle somebody that has that level of beauty, right? We don't know how to handle somebody with that level of creativity or talent, right? So we call it a curse because we don't know how to treat it. It gets taken advantage of. Whatever we don't understand or whatever we can't, relate to, we mistreat. Okay, we mishandle, period, point blank. So people can go and look at Denise and say, oh, she was, cursed with beauty because people took advantage of that. Because they took advantage of her beauty, right? People took advantage of that. And so now you look at it and say, because people took advantage of it, oh, she's cursed with it. And it's like, no, God would never give you a curse to like be under from birth. Like God ain't moving like that. God don't do that. God does not curse you from birth. You come now you're born into sin, but he doesn't curse you from birth. Like from birth, bow, you out here. You're cursed because you're beautiful. Bow, you out here. You cursed because you're talented and you're gifted. No, we need to pay attention to how we're treating those type of people. And you know what I'm saying? And how we're perceiving them, and how, what is the bigger thing? How we perceive ourselves. I talked about it in another video, about how people, if you're around people that devalue you, you got some decisions to make, because God never put you on this earth to keep you around people that devalue you. That is not, you're not fulfilling your purpose at all. Okay. It's not cool. It's not what it's a way to keep me humble. No, it's not. God has greater things for you. But just thinking about it, it's like, how do you view yourself? Do you view yourself as worthless because you made a mistake? Do you view yourself as worthless because you're not reaching your goal, or feel like you're not reaching your potential? Do you feel like you're worthless because you fell into this, this trap or this dark hole and you don't know how to get out? Do you feel worthless because people plainly tell you that you're worthless, right? Is that how you view yourself? And that's why sometimes we got to take an account for ourselves, how we viewing ourselves, because how we view ourselves it communicates on how other people should treat us, right? It communicates that to them. The lady said about Denise when the lady said to Denise, and it was very powerful. I know the room didn't shake when she said it, but it was very powerful because she said, Denise, you are never worthless. And why did the lady say that to Denise? Because she was trying to get Denise to understand that just because you make mistakes, or you go in the wrong direction, or you lead people in the wrong direction, or whatever it is you do, that is not a measurement of who you are. Because what you do may be a product of what people have done to you, or all you know to. Sometimes it's all you know to do is that. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to. You know what I'm saying? And that is the message of it. It's like, you're not worthless because you made that mistake. You're not worthless because you said, hey, I'm going to stop doing the do. You know what I'm saying? Until I get married and oops, I messed up. I'm worthless. Or I didn't do this right. I'm worthless. Like, no, you're not worthless because you're not the mistakes that you made. That's not you, right? Your identity is not that. And I think with Denise, I think it was hard for her to separate the two. And that's why I love that the lady told her, Denise, you are not worthless. You got a powerful testimony now. What you went through is what you had to go through to get to where you're at now, to encourage others, right? So even what you're going through right now, even what I'm going through right now, I have to remind myself, guys, because man. But I have to remind myself that what we're going through, what I'm going through, what I did, what you did, decision you made, decision you didn't make, is not a measurement of who you actually are. Okay? It's not a measurement of that. And so I'm like, take some time out to learn yourself. Take some time out to know yourself. People are scared to just be by themselves. They're scared to spend time with themselves. There's people that are scared to stick up for themselves, right? Because if they stick up for themselves, that person may walk away. And maybe one of your greatest fears is being alone. I think that's a lot of us, right? Your greatest fear is like being alone. So you let these people treat you however. You let them talk to you however. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, I'd rather them talk to me like I'm trash than be by myself. And it really is a hard thing. But you got to spend time with yourself. You have to spend time with yourself, and you got to understand that you are not worthless. God wouldn't put you on this earth if you were worthless. Wow, God don't make, he don't He don't produce worthlessness, okay? God don't produce it. So the fact that you're here with life is an indication. That should be a reminder to you that you are not worthless. And I want to just remind again that you are not your mistakes, okay? You are not your mistakes. Get to know yourself, man. I guarantee you you're an awesome person because God created you. You're amazing because God created you. You know what I'm saying? You are. I promise you. I promise you that you are. And that's what the lady was trying to get Denise to understand, you know, that you are not your mistakes. You're fearfully and you're wonderfully made. Take some time out with yourself. Get to know yourself. Like I said, I know that you're amazing. And trust me, I understand where you're coming from. I am trying to do this also. Okay, I'm done. But yeah, love God, love people. May God bless you and may God keep you.
Yeah, Jesus, he the way, you better come correct.